Hey everyone, in this session we're gonna talk about function. It's very important part of our learning in programming especially. Without you realizing it, you already use functions in your learning process here. For example, when you actually create your rectangle, for example, let's say we have a canvas size 500 by 500. After that, you create a rectangle. You call a function. This is you're calling a function, which is in this case it's a built-in function, and it has 4 parameters as you say here, which are floats, all of them, the type. But for now we're gonna create our own function so that you understand how you're gonna create a function. And for now we're gonna use the simple panorama that we created before. Okay, I'll copy this and I will paste it over here. Okay, why do we need function? Imagine if you in this program you see that you have one cloud and you also have one windmill over here. Let's talk about the cloud itself. If you want to make more than one cloud, you can imagine that you need to draw so many all of this, fill, ellipse, ellipse, ellipse. But with the function you actually can create it much more easier. I would say much more efficient actually. So how are we going to do that? For now I will show you the simple method how you will create your own function. So if we want to change the cloud into the function cloud, the syntax to do that is the void followed by the name of the function. Let's say you can call it create cloud, then the parentheses followed with curly braces and close curly braces, and there you go. Now you have void create cloud. And you can also create the function for windmill. So void create windmill, and you close it at the end of the windmill. All right. As you see here, it will complain it will show an error. When we run it, it will say that it looks like you're mixing active and static modes. This means that you need to use the void setup and void draw that we have learned before. So that being said, you need to put the stroke over there. After that, put that inside void setup. Alright, and we create a void draw over here. Okay. Or perhaps we want to put this here as well. All right, seems like we put everything already. Let's see. So we have void setup, and we have void draw, and we have function to create cloud, as well as function to create the windmill. And let's run it. We see nothing. We don't see the cloud, and we don't see the windmill. Where do they go? Okay. Well, the thing about function is that they will not draw, and they will not run unless you call it, unless you call the function. And the question is, where should we call the function? Like, you remember when we draw rectangle, we call rect. After that, we put 4 parameters. In this case, as you see here, inside this parenthesis, it doesn't have anything. So that means that you don't need to worry about parameters for now. Then let's try to call it. I will call create cloud. When you call a function, you need to put the parentheses as well, and you need to, after that, you call create windmill. Okay, and let's run it. I don't see anything either. We already called them, but why you don't see the cloud and the windmill? The question is, do you call it in the right place? Okay, let's comment this out. Wait, I'll copy this and comment this out. After that, I will call them here, and let's run it. We don't see anything either. Is there something wrong? Well, obviously there is something wrong, but it's not an error. It's a logic error. It's not a syntax error, but it's a logic error. The reason being, if you remember, when you use processing, and mostly like when you program with other programming applications, orders are very important. So as you know that the background will cover your canvas with blue background. After that, the rectangle over here will create green field, and you want to place your cloud after you create the background as well as the green field, and you also want to create your to place your windmill after that as well. So what you need to do is to cut this. After that, paste it after you create the green field. And let's see. There you go. Now you get your cloud as well as your windmill. I hope this is easy for you to understand. And now we have simplified our drawing process. Now our coding looks more simpler. You can just call create cloud and create windmill. And I'll see you in the next session.